Hey all, I'm Christos. I'm here with MuseDAO co-founder Heavy. Really inspired to be sharing the stage with all of our fellow cohort members, Cole, Jess, Josh. Thanks so much, guys. It's been quite a journey. Heavy, you want to say hello before we dive in?
Yeah, just blessed to be here. Thank you for all the stories and thank you for being a part of ours.
All right, let's jump in. So, the masterworks of classical music have been inspiring audiences and building community for literally centuries. The depth, power, and beauty of this music is as alive as ever, but the outdated, centralized structures in which it's held are approaching a state of crisis. The pandemic has certainly not helped, but even when concert halls are open, most regular attendees are over 60, and the majority of funds donated by patrons are absorbed by facility costs and admin bloat, leaving musicians last in line to receive the very resources intended for them. In response to these issues, MuseDAO is creating the first patron token, Muse. Muse will serve as a catalyst to power a global movement of musician-led, grassroots musical performances, rewarding both musicians as well as those who provide physical space, curate events, and gather audiences.
Our vision for decentralizing this art form began 10 years ago when I founded Group Muse, which, without a major source of funding, has become probably the most impactful grassroots project in the history of classical music. Through a Web 2.0 platform, we directly connect classical musicians to locals so that the community can organically generate its own classical music house party concerts we call Group Muses. Over the course of over 6,000 Group Muses, we've built a community of over 150,000 music lovers and 7,000 of the best young classical musicians in the world by making the concert experience joyous, gregarious, fun, and sociable. Through this, we've effectively forged a new, vibrant culture of classical music, taking it out of the concert hall and into the homes of a new generation of music lovers around the world. But because of how centralized the patronage resources in classical music continue to be, these inspiring and regenerative community events don't pay musicians enough to do it full time, keeping them stuck competing for limited orchestra seats, playing wedding gigs, or taking other just random jobs to pay the bills. That's why we needed a Web3 layer of economic decentralization that provides the foundation below our Web2 layer of cultural decentralization.
Enter MuseDAO. By evolving the financial model of classical music from one of patronage and donation to investment and ownership, we're finally able to align our creative and cultural values with our financial values. By acquiring and holding Muse, arts patrons of the future will be uplifting an entire generation of musicians and be rewarded for doing so with a range of benefits, including exclusive music NFT drops, access to special events, and passive income incentives.
Over the course of this year, we're going to build momentum for our launch the way we know best, by organizing joyous and substantive community concerts based around ancient masterworks in New York and San Francisco, two of our hotbeds. These intimate community-forward events will offer audiences an opportunity to experience just how powerful and humbling this music can be, providing the first opportunities to participate in the MuseDAO community and helping us grow into one of the most culturally well-resourced event makers in Web3, ensuring the ever-growing blockchain movement has access to some of the greatest music in history, performed live and in a most intimate way.
For the next few months, we'll be building out the portal where musicians will be able to sign up to claim their muse and assembling a cohort of musician ambassadors who will become the leading voices and advocates of MuseDAO as we prepare for launch. In the meantime, please join our Discord and follow us on Twitter. Stay tuned for our upcoming IRL events, including special collabs with some of our fellow Seed Club members.